and welcome to The Weird Thing. This week we're going to be discussing CUTV's first sci-fi epic, Rocket Jack. So stay tuned in a couple of seconds. I'll be talking with my guests and we'll have lots of fun. Okay? Okay. Well, I really must congratulate myself on such a wonderful introduction. We're here at CUTV in the action-packed studio. My guest this week is Matthew Binks, and we'll be talking about Rocket Jack. Matt, what were your experiences working on the show? Did you enjoy it?
They were pretty spontaneous. I say that because, well, basically he gave me the script. The person who did Brent Nichols, when he's the one who produced it and directed the shoot. And he pretty much gave me the script almost near practically the same day. So I kind of learned my lines essentially as we went along with the movie. But overall, it was a pleasant experience. It was fun. There was a bit of hard work involved. Takes after takes. Yeah. You should know.
Yeah,
and,
I caused quite a few of them myself.
In case he has not mentioned yet here, our good friend James over here is actually as well part of the experience of Rocket Jack.
I have the key role of Soapy.
Yes. Note the great name he got.
Yes. So. That's the phone. Somebody will go answer it. Continue. Continuing on with the interview, how do you feel when you see Rocket Jack being played on the monitors?
Well, I kind of have to do this thing down the hallway. No, just kidding. When I see it down the hall, when I'm walking along, I see it. I think of this time when basically something I did, another bit of acting I can chalk up pretty much that I've done. There's not a lot I have done. I've done some in the past, so any bit I can get is always good because I like to keep myself involved in any form of the arts, be it theater, even TV, music, art, whatever. So when I see it, I'm pleased with the work I did to a certain extent. I mean, some of the things there was just no hope for. A couple of lines I got. There was one great line I always loved, which was "clear as beer" that I got, and I'm sorry, but I told Brent beforehand, and I still say afterwards, there was just no way you could have said that line without looking bad.
Right.
It was just, there was nothing to do to save it.
Yeah, that leads in. I was going to ask you, so did you have any qualms about the dialogue? And I guess some of it you did.
Some of it, yeah. Some of it was good, and some of it was outright cheesy.
Yeah. Well, I think that was what Brent was going for. I wish Brent were here to talk about it, but
yes.
He's off in Calgary.
That's right.
So, well.
I wonder if it has anything to do with people viewing Rocket Jack.
No. If CUTV had a satellite remote so that we could, get you live Brent Nichols, we would do it. But we don't have that. CUTV has trouble getting two working cameras, as you can tell by the fact that the color is really off right now. But anyways, getting back to Rocket Jack, which is what we're really here to talk about. Yes. The original Rocket Jack, which has been shown on CUTV, is currently kind of silent, if you know what I mean, because of a lack of background music. And you have worked to remedy this situation.
Yes,
situation.
Well, since I am one of the musicians here at CUTV, one thing I noticed right away when I heard that is that it needed soundtrack music, and for more reasons than just actually the silence. There's a couple of parts that did have music, but he borrowed it from Brent's television show that he does here, the Hardline, and which I looked at it and I thought, okay, he needed music at the time for it, but somehow just parts that didn't fit. And then at the ending credits, the thing we're left with is some really second-rate rendition of I Can't Help Myself from Fine Young Cannibals. So I just saw this and said, no, we have to do something to remedy this. This can't be left unnoticed.
What kind of score are you going with on this?
Very orchestral. Very orchestrated. I am being inspired by John Williams for this, except I've decided, since the movie is somewhat campy itself, then what I've decided I wanted to do was I wanted to go for a bit of just an extra campiness to it. So, I mean, John Williams has done it before in the past in certain parts with grand fanfare, but I just wanted to add a little bit of extra bit of cheesiness to it at certain points, just because of the fact the movie was. I don't want everybody looking at, wow, well, awesome soundtrack, it's totally not fitting in with, the whole spoofiness of the movie. So I had to spice it up a little bit.
Okay, now we'll go back to talking about the filming. What did you, are there any moments that you thought were particularly amusing or poignant? Poignant. But, but then,
Poignant.
well,
This is not Gone with the Wind. I
well,
can
no,
tell you that.
well, no, but I mean that were worth remembering. I know it was like a year ago that we filmed it,
Yeah.
but anything that sticks out while we were filming?
My favorite was when Phil, who was one of the extra people on hand at the time, he wound up playing one of the aliens in this, the Zort.
You realize that he didn't want his name mentioned. You will have to die.
Yeah, I
after the
will.
show.
I'm sorry, but unfortunately, it has to be mentioned because he made the most worthwhile Zort I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm.
He had one of the best lines I think I ever did when he had to moan in pain. It was hilarious watching that being filmed because he sounded like he had a stomach ache rather than he got hit with a gun blast. So I always remember that as a memorable moment.
I just remember some of the lines that I had to deliver, kind of like, well, the slime creatures think we're good with a little bit of oregano, maybe a pinch of garlic,
Yes.
and that's the kind of line that's kind of captures the whole essence of Rocket
we
Jack.
ain't Rocket Jack, but we
still bad.
right?
We ain't Rocket Jack, but we still bad.
Or
So,
other great little characters like my pet, my lovely pet, Space Cat.
yeah, I think Brent was just going for I think he was going back to a throwback to the 30s, kind of, like where...
Captain Video is a good example of what he was trying to do. This was a really low-budget TV show in the 1950s where basically the Captain Video's spaceship was made up of parts you could basically find around the house.
Okay.
And, like, for example, a good example is the microphone he used to talk into from his spaceship back to the Earth base was actually just a telephone, except he held it upside down and talked into the receiving end.
Oh, well, there you go.
Those were very, very, very cheesy shows.
Well, okay, now, Rocket Jack, I guess it's not really fair to do so, but let's compare it to some of the other sci-fi stuff out there. Let's compare it to, I don't know, Deep Space Nine. How would you rate it? I mean, granted, the acting is pretty much the same, but no, which is a big boost up for us, big boost down for them, but anyway.
I know. But, how do I compare it? Really all depends on how you look at it. What can I say? They just got a bigger, I think mostly what to say is bigger budget. For them. That's
so do you think that with a bigger budget we'd be able to get something like that out?
Absolutely. Oh,
okay,
definitely.
there you go. If people out there, CUTV is going to be doing, as soon as it focuses back on me, thank you, we're going to be doing some great stuff because we need bigger budget. So
Brent, if you're watching out there, come back. We're going to need your great directing hand at this.
We need Rocket Jack 2. Rocket Jack 2. Rocket Jack 2. Soapy's Revenge, okay? This is what's going to happen. Rocket Jack is going to have his ass captured again, like he did, and this time, Soapy should be the one to go save him, but we find out that it's all Soapy's plan, right? So Soapy, look at the right camera, Soapy is going to be the fiend, the villain of this film.
I don't know if I kind of like that. That means I lose my good friend Soapy. All those years you fed Space Cat.
That's right. I'm tired of feeding Space Cat. Maybe I'll feed Space Cat to the space monster.
Hey.
Anyway. Okay. Well, let's see.
Don't diss Space Cat.
Space Cat, I like the little helmet you made for him,
Yes.
but other than that. Okay, well, let's go to a clip of Rocket Jack right now. Although I say clip, if I show a clip, I'm basically showing the whole movie. It's that short. But let's go with the clip, and then we'll go to a commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more. Maybe not necessarily about Rocket Jack, but we'll still have some fun.
All right. Seal activated. Floor hatch open. Okay, set blaster on cheddar melt. Here we go. Bravo! Take me to your leader.
welcome back. I know that everybody enjoys those PSAs, but eventually they must come to an end. Now, we're back, but seeing as it's time for the weird feature, I'm going to throw it over to it. I don't know what the weird feature is this week, so you're going to be just as surprised as I am. So let's go to it. I know what you're all thinking. Usually the weird feature is supposed to have something different than the two dweebs. I mean,
Speak for yourself.
fine intellectual peoples standing in front of the camera there again, sitting there again, but couldn't organize anything like that, and I'm strapped for time. I'm going to show some bloopers where you get to see me making a royal ass of myself, and I didn't have as much bloopers this semester as I did last semester. Who would have thunk? But therefore, I'm going to intersperse some of the more notables from last semester. Hope you enjoyed them all. And then right after that, we'll go back to the show.
Okay, turn on the VTR so I can start singing the Littlest Hobo now. Know any love boats?
You got
The Love Boat. Soon we'll be making another run.
Island.
so Matthew.
So, James.
What were you? I don't think that worked.
Okay. And in 10. That was fun though. I have the game here.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Hi, and welcome to That Weird Thing. This week we're... Oh, wait, right. I should be pointing to you. Cut. Gilligan's out, sit back in his ear, a tale of a faithful trip that started on this perfect port aboard this tiny ship. Hello, and welcome to That Weird Thing. This week we'll be discussing the S-File. S-Files? No, I think not. I've screwed up. Oh. No, but but it's just like it's totally different. Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. For once, Costa got a blooper. Little fucker.
Hi, welcome to That Weird Thing. Today, we're going to be talking about the X-Files. But you may be wondering, where the heck did I get the other forehead? It's simple. My head detaches at the jaw, and I can instantaneously switch with other people's heads. Of course, they often frown on this because it usually requires me killing them first, but that's okay. They're dead. What are they going to do about it?
Started getting rough. The station was lost. The minnow would be lost.
Ship sank ground on the shore of this.
Matt.
Yeah, we did this. You asked for it.
I did not.
You said Gilligan's
I dared you to.
well, then you were asking for it. Then weren't you?
Well, then you didn't stop when I asked you, did I? 5, 4.
Yes, well. Hello, and welcome to That Weird Thing. Welcome to Costa's Goofy Faces contest. I thought you go like this. In front of the camera out of the corner of my eye.
You're coughing. No, it's not going to be on the air, is it?
Well, only at the end of the year. When anyway.
A little bit about the X-Files.
Yes, I can. I can tell you a lot. The X-Files is basically...
Cut.
We know.
We mean cut. Hit the pause button.
We want the bloopers to get caught.
Yes, but you see, you only take it on when you start seeing us goofing off. Cause
About the X-Files.
I can tell you the following.
What?
They haven't gone past it.
things to say. I'm going to go and kidnap. No, let me start over.
Kidnap?
Kidnap. I'm going to kidnap the Eiffel Tower. Yes.
I have an incredibly large pocket here.
Be always thinking of, for example, well, what if the little demons did it? You know, instead of looking at some kind of physical evidence, and they were always worried about him messing up Jaws that way. So,
Right.
So amazing. God. Don't laugh at me.
Just about enough to fill up this show with garbage, but
Well, it's like at least it's not the old faces in the community syndrome where he'll just keep on mentioning turtle wax.
even though it was a fine show, I have nothing but the utmost respect for Mr. Silberger. Don't take any offense.
is not as bad as Paradise.
Ooh. Anyways,
I shall now be lynched. You.
you can send your condolence cards to CUTV. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, that whole thing between me and Costa, it's okay. We're still friends. And other than that, there's also we're still friends. The double push of the button does not achieve the actual effect that we were going for. Okay, regain your composure, man. I'm going. No. Yes. No.
The host has momentarily lost his mind. Please remain seated while we have psychological difficulties.
They're getting serious. They're all to you.
Okay. No.
Now he gets murdered. That's it.
The Addams Family, I can't stand, but.
Hey, the Munsters were good.
I didn't like the Munsters either. They're getting a TV movie soon.
The Munsters?
Yes, they have a little TV movie.
Oh, cute, cool. Too bad they won't be able to use the real Harry
Turn
Munster.
off the VTR. Okay.
Okay, we're back from the commercial, and we've got a studio audience. Yes.
Yay.
No, seriously though. We're back from the commercial, and Matt, I hear that you've got some sad news to tell everybody.
Yes. For all of those who are very big Calvin and Hobbes fans who read it all the time in the comics, both on Saturday and also for during the weekdays. The sad news is, after December 31st of 1995, Bill Watterson, the cartoonist of Calvin and Hobbes, will be doing Calvin and Hobbes no more. It will be over after that. He's not taking a sabbatical. He's not pulling off Gary Trudeau, where basically he leaves for a while, comes back, like from what he did with Doonesbury, something like that. He's finished. It's over.
How long had he been doing that?
I think it's been about 9 years.
9 years? Well,
He started in 1986.
that's a good. Well, at least he got a good number of years out of him.
It's true.
Nothing like the great Charles Schultz, mind you, who's been doing it for 45.
Or
But
like how Blondie just keeps going, despite the fact it isn't the same creator. It still keeps going, and wish it would stop.
yes. We were talking during the commercial break of exactly what we were going to talk about in front of the camera, and well, the one that we decided, one of the titles that you mentioned was Fist of the North Star. I've never personally seen it, but I've heard of it. So I was wondering if you could give me a general synopsis or.
Of the yes, it's Japanimation, which I know you love, and
Well, not necessarily all of it, but some.
no, some of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty violent, but it's an interesting story. It's about an apocalyptic world, or actually what's left over after apocalypse is pretty much hit. And there are a few chosen individuals through martial arts and inner power that have been chosen to be leaders for the few humans that have been left on the planet after this great big apocalypse. And they're constantly battling each other for total power dominance. Some are good and others are evil. And it's just generally a quest for who will bring peace. Will the good guys bring peace and order, or will the bad guys win and just reign over the few humans left? And just like be totally tyrannical. What really makes it though is just the artwork. It's just stunning. The landscapes, just the fine detail to a lot of it, and just the whole desolate starkness of. Because when they really make it out to look like there's been an apocalypse, there has been an apocalypse.
Okay.
It's very good. There's one specific scene that I still never get, and it was the thing I think that really grabbed me the first time I saw it, was that when they were showing the landscape of the apocalypse, they just happened to go to this scene of a city that's just been practically wrecked. And you see this one skyscraper standing in the middle of all these other ones ruined, really tall, and right through the top of it, going right through the center of it from one side up the other, a big, gigantic tanker. A ship. Just sitting right there in the middle, lodged in the middle of a skyscraper at the top of it. I was just like, I don't want to know how that got up there. I really don't. But it was enough to make me go, okay, I have to see this, if for no other reason to find out why the hell a tanker got lodged in there.
But now, I digress. We must move on. Let's see. I really wish I had something else to talk to you about. So, seeing as I can't come up with one, I'm going to go to another commercial right about now. When I come back, I promise I'll be much more prepared than I am now. I really feel stupid.
Well, we're back. Welcome to That Weird Thing again. My guest here is James LaRochelle, and actually James LaRochelle just doesn't have much to say, so what we decided to do is we're going to go to a clip of the Fist of the North Star.
Excuse me. No, my friend. This is my show. We do it my way. Much better. Now, this is
How'd
my
you do
show.
that?
The power of the producer.
You sinister fiend, you.
Told you not to call me that on camera. Yes, but you have a valid point. I do have nothing to say, so we're going to show a clip for all of you to enjoy a Feast of the North Star.
I know of only two people special enough to make them bloom, and one of them is you.
Oh, don't go. Stay here with us.
Talk about weird. Boy, what an oddball. Lynn, you talked!
Why did he have to go away?
Hope you all enjoyed that clip, and now it's time for me to vent out a few frustrations. Now, this summer there was a cartoon series on. It was a very good cartoon series. It was called Ronin Warriors. If we could just come in, come on, please. No, zoom in, zoom. Yes, I know you can do it. Yes, okay. Now this is Ronin Warriors, okay? Now this was a really cool cartoon. It's Japanimation once again, and it was about, well, these Ronin Warriors. Anyways, it was really good. It was a 30-some-odd part series, and they had played it, the whole thing once. And I figured, well, you know, the stations usually keep their really retarded cartoons on for like 5 years before switching, and they show the same episodes multiple times. So I figured I wanted to tape them. I'll wait for the second showing of them, and then I'll get them all. Because I started watching it midway through. So I figured there'd be no problem. They'll keep it for a while. Then, lo and behold, after 2 or 3 weeks of the second showing, I see commercials saying, "Coming soon, Blinky Bill." Now, I was hoping this was some kind of joke, right? Unfortunately, it was not. Blinky Bill came back, and no, you don't go to this, okay? You don't go from something good like this to something retarded like that. But anyway, yes,
You must calm down.
I must control myself. But the bottom line is, I was very frustrated because I didn't get the whole thing. Now let's go back to talking to Matt about something. Matt, the thing I have to talk to you about is the end of the show, because it's coming up pretty soon.
This is your like fifth episode.
Fifth episode of this semester.
How many semesters now?
This is my second semester. So
Make it a full year then.
10 whole episodes. It's hard to believe that I've made it to 10.
10. We knew you when you were just starting out with 1.
I tell you,
Where does the time go?
We've come a long way, and to make it worthwhile, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show a musical retrospective of that weird thing, just for your musical enjoyment. Yes, so let's go do that now. Actually, I'll put the credits over it, so that way that'll be the end. So that's it for the weird thing this week, and for this semester. Thanks a lot for coming in.
My pleasure.
And we'll do it again sometime soon. So let's go
next semester.
Yes.
Good show. He's good.
Yes, by the way, it'll be a new format, so don't be surprised.
All right.